Okay, go.
So today I want to tell you guys a little bit about my sister Michelle. Michelle and I have been close pretty much since I started at Eastern. I would call her like up to 5 times a day, freaking out about my life and wanting to know about her day. And I like it. I mean, now we even live together, so it makes me pretty happy. So we do everything together. She even went to College Day in the Parkway with me last year, and when we had to write something that we care about, I was so happy that my sister, even though she graduated, she went with me because I didn't want to be a fifth wheel with a bunch of my friends. So you can imagine how surprised I was when my sister called me and said that her doctor was recommending that she get a service dog. I mean, she's not blind. She wears glasses, but she's not blind. And she's not in a wheelchair. She's normal. So why would she need a service dog? It didn't make any sense to me. So it would behoove you to look up what is a service dog if your sister is getting one. So according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, they kind of list out that there's about 7 kinds of service dogs, including the vision and mobility that we already know about, but there's also for people who have hearing problems and psychiatric needs, which is where Michelle falls under. We'll talk about that a little later though. And even children with autism, or adults, anybody with autism really. But it's just, they can train these dogs so specifically to meet the needs of their handlers. And I was fine with Michelle getting a service dog. It confused me, but I'll do anything for her. I'll be super supportive. I'll do whatever I can do. And I was like, okay, she'll get a little lab, or she'll get like a golden retriever, as long as it's not a German Shepherd, because I hate those. And pits can't be service dogs, right? Because they're vicious and mean. So you can imagine how surprised I was when I got this incredibly awkward photo. I mean, he looks disinterested, and she looks confused. So on that note, let me introduce you guys to my sister Michelle and her service dog Mike.
Aww.
As you can see, he is a pit bull. You just sit right here. Now, just right off the top of your heads, what might clue you into him being a service dog?
He's right here. It says service dog.
Thank you. Why is that so hard? Everywhere we go, somebody will go, is that a service dog? Nope, it's not. It's for show. It's his Halloween costume that he wears every day. So, I mean, I started looking up about what kind of people have service dogs. I found out even Helen Keller had a pit bull service dog because their temperament is so good. They're rated 2nd highest with the Temperament Society for being great. Like if you need a dog to be attentive but not overprotective, loyal, but still very I mean, when Michelle is having, let's say she's having a panic attack, she can hold on to Mike, and he's not going to run away, and he's not going to be like, don't touch me. He's very snuggly, he enjoys, and he's also pretty sleepy, so, I mean, he'll just chill out and relax. So, now that you guys have just kind of a basic overview of the different kinds of service dogs, the thing that I definitely want to talk to you guys about today is Scotia's quick tips for talking to somebody who has a service dog from a little sister's point of view. Do talk to the person. I mean, if you know that the dog's name was Mike before you know that her name is Michelle, and you only remember Mike and you don't remember Michelle, you might want to change that. Because it's the person who's important and not the dog. It's just like a conversation. I wouldn't focus more on the kind of pencil you're using or the water bottle that you're drinking out of, and not, because that's just, it's rude. Don't ask the person what their disability is. That's personal and that's private. If somebody wants to share that with you, I know it's kind of obvious if somebody's blind or if they're in a wheelchair why they have a service dog. But if it's not obvious, don't ask. They might tell you later, but it's really up to them. Now, who is going to business with their dad? I remember somebody, okay. So let's say that my sister comes into your dealership and you're like, wait, why is there a dog here? And you want to know if this is a true service dog. Oh, sorry, Mikey. Stepped on his tail. You can ask her 3 questions. Michelle, do you have a disability?
Yes.
Does your dog help you with your disability?
Yes.
How does he help you with your disability?
My dog is trained to fetch and retrieve medication if needed. Grab someone, typically my sister or my boss at work, if I'm in distress and I need to have someone who will come help me. And he also pulls me out of situations where I would normally feel uncomfortable.
That's all you're allowed to ask legally. Which is also kind of cool to know. Just like, because Eastern, there's now 2 girls with service dogs on campus. And that's completely new since I've been here. First 2 people who have service dogs are here. And Eastern wants to make that a standard. Like, if you have any sort of disability, you are welcome here. And I think that we should encourage that. And that's why I wanted to talk to you guys today about how to talk to somebody with a service dog, because it's helpful for the future. Now, I want to end with one quick anecdote for you guys. When you're talking to somebody with a service dog and you're afraid of dogs, don't necessarily assume the dog is vicious, or at least more vicious than the person who's with the person with the service dog. My sister and I were on the train the other week, and this guy like locks in on my sister. He zones in on her, and we're like, okay, what is happening here? So he like zones in on her, and we're not sitting next to each other, and I'm like, what is he staring at? And he comes over and he plants his feet, and he goes, that dog's gonna rip you to shreds.
Woo.
My sister is very mild-mannered, very chill. Obviously, so is Mike. I'm not. So I started yelling at the gentleman until he left. So, if you have any questions about what is a service dog, how they help, or how to act around somebody who has one, feel free to talk to me or Michelle. But always remember to be kind.